Hello and welcome back to Brassic Classics. In this video I wanted to go back to another topic that I've covered already, which is Bang-O-Nomics. I did an earlier video on the Rover 420 GSI, which basically I bought for scrap money, put through an MOT, and the idea of that was basically just to prove that you can spend under £100 and you can get a car that goes straight through an MOT, that you can drive for a year with no trouble at all, and it is doable. Anyway, since coming back from India and Germany, I wanted to do something different. So for this video, I set myself a set of rules with the idea of Bang-O-Nomics. So what I did was, okay, it's got to be MOT'd, and it's got to be as cheap a car as I can possibly find. Condition wise, it's irrelevant in a way. I'm not when you're looking at, I was thinking really under 250 quid if possible. So body work, it doesn't matter as long as it's going to pass an MOT. It has an MOT and it has the potential to pass the next one. I'm happy with that. So for this sort of money, I was thinking, looking at tyres, I'm trying to get a year's motoring out of a car for under 250 quid. Without having to spend any money in that year. So I'm looking for good tyres, brakes are good. The basics. I want a basic car that's going to do what I need for a year. So anyway, having set myself these simple rules, I started looking for a car. I found quite a few actually, to be honest. Quite a few MOT'd cars. Quite a few, obviously, you find them and they've got like 3 weeks MOT left, and you think, well, there's a reason it's £100, because it's never going to pass another MOT, and it needs an MOT in 3 weeks. So they're the ones I avoided. But I did find one. I did buy another car. I bought another car. I paid £150 for this car. It's MOT until I think it's May next year, but don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, I'll write above right now, when the MOT actually runs out. Anyway, that's enough. I'm going to show you the car. So here it is. This is what £150 gets you. It's a Volvo S40. It's a 1.6. And, from sort of 20 feet away, it looks rather presentable. You've got alloy wheels. This car is a Cat D. The previous owner, a friend of mine, got rear-ended, so he's had a new front bumper and a new rear bumper. But again, it's only a Cat D, so it's purely cosmetic. It's just uneconomical to fix. So it's 2004. It's a 1.6, as I said. I think it's got around 140,000 miles, but we'll get in and have a look at a bit. Overall condition's not terrible, really, looking at it. I haven't cleaned it, I haven't done anything yet, I've just parked it. But yeah, it's got leather trim, and it's quite a nice little car. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Okay, so here we are. I'm now sat in the Volvo S40. So just to go through this again, it's £150. It's MOT'd. It has 150,000 miles on it. I'm sat here. I've got leather trim. I've got a CD player. I've got driver airbag, passenger airbag, inflatable curtains both sides. It's a Volvo, so it's boxy, but it's safe. And this is the saloon one, obviously, so it's not as boxy. I've got electric everything. I don't think my seat's not electric, but I mean, this car is lovely. Like I said, I've got electric mirrors, I've got central locking, I've got electric windows, I've got air conditioning, I've got the CD player, I've got climate control. And to be honest with you, it's all in remarkably good condition for a car that's done 150,000 miles and I think this has had 9 owners. My friend Steve's had this for 6 years. He bought it from his mechanic. It's never let him down. He's used it every day. What can you say? And he'd only got rid of it because he got another car. Simple as that. He's actually got my old Jaguar, which I'm yet to feature in a video, but will do at some point. I mean, the back doesn't even look like it's been sat in. I mean, I know how this car drives because I drove it to Southampton and back about 6 months ago. And it was lovely. It did the job. It's fairly economical. It's a 1.6 petrol. £150. Bangonomics. Brassic Classics Bangonomics here. So let's start the car up, see what it sounds like. I always get nervous after the Rover because I did a few of these videos and it just wouldn't start. I didn't realise at the time it had a immobiliser. Anyway, here we go. Straight away starts up, sounds really nice. The ticking sound is because I'm not wearing a seatbelt, so I'll wear a seatbelt. If I can put the seatbelt on, there you go. There goes the ticking's gone. The only faults I know of are the aerial that comes out that's been snapped off, but that's quite common because people are quite annoying and go around snapping off aerials, which is frustrating. And the fuel gauge doesn't work, but you put £40 in it, you do 300 miles, you put another £40 in it. Or at least that's what I did when I had it for a week. Yeah, so turn this off. So that's the car. So for £150, which is way less than 1 month's payment on a hire purchase, I've got this. So I can't really complain too much. The idea of this, I'm not going to keep it. I'm just going to, I just bought it to do this video really. So what I think I'll do is take a picture of it, get it cleaned, and then sell it on. I mean, I'm not very good at selling cars on, as we've explained and you've seen, but obviously I can't keep every car. And yeah, anyway, the next time you see this car will be once it's been cleaned. I'm not going to fart around trying to... The bumpers are a little bit... They don't quite match. Because as I said, this car's a Cat D, and when it got fixed, it was fixed for the cheapest possible price. So yeah, it's just going to be... What you see is what you get. It's a car, it's got an MOT, it runs. It's a Volvo, it does what it says. Okay, it's just a quick look at the interior before I get it cleaned. Standard. As you can see, seats are in really good condition, it's really nice leather. And yeah, I mean, for a car that's done 150,000 miles and cost £150, it's pretty good. In the back, again, you can see it's in good condition. Everything works on here. Little cubby hole. So yeah, so looking at this S40, the plan I've got with it really, it's quite simple. I'm going to get it cleaned and then see what people think it's worth. See what they reckon they would pay for a car like this. MOT'd, you know, cleaner. But pretty much as I bought it, I'm not going to correct any of the bumpers or really do anything to the cosmetic issues, which are few. It's not got many. Yeah, so basically, yeah, get it cleaned, see what people think it's worth, and then see what I can get for it. I'm not going to try and rip anyone off. You know, if I can get my money back and a little bit extra, then happy days. But yeah, it's just this is purely an experiment on what can you get for your money. Yeah, if you're willing to spend a week, email all your friends, and follow up on leads, what is it possible to get for this sort of money? And in my case, £150 got me a 2004 Volvo S40. Okay, right, I just wanted to go through some of the advantages of having a Bangonomics car, like the Volvo S40. If you need to go to the tip, you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't matter. If you scratch the leather or if you know, stain the carpets, who cares? It's a £150 car. So right, what I'm going to do is load all this up and see how much I can get in there really. I'm going to put the seats down because there's quite a lot of it. Anyway, yeah, the idea of this is just to go through the advantages of having something that fundamentally you're not financially invested in to the point where you care. Right, so just loaded up the Volvo with all manner of rubbish. I've got garden waste, bits of roofing material, gone off, bags of postcrete, and just general rubbish. But for a small car, it's not done too badly, really. Quite impressed with that. And again, the best thing is, because it costs no money, you're not bothered. You can just clear any rubbish you've got, come back, give it a sweep out if you want. Job done. Okay, so let's see how much value we can add by having it cleaned. It's coming up pretty well, actually. I'm amazed. So I've just had the Volvo cleaned, and it's come up really well actually. I'm surprised. Looks very respectable from about 7 paces away. Yeah, it has got scratches on it and stuff, but you know, for a car that again pretty much paid scrap money for, really complain too much. I'm going to put this on for sale soon on Gumtree and the Facebook Marketplace. But before I do that, let me know what you would value it at. As you know, it's got 150,000 miles on it. It is a Cat D due to being rear-ended, having the bumpers replaced. But as you can see from inside, it's cleaned up rather nicely. And the back is pretty much immaculate. So yeah, one Volvo S40. And the van's running. Anyway, let me know what you think. As I said before, this is, you know, proof that you can buy a car for scrap money that has an MOT and will run and does run and has air conditioning, leather trim and everything you could really need. And it looks quite respectable once it's had a, you know, been to a car wash and had a decent clean. It comes up really well. Anyway,